think I speak for a lot of Americans, is Elon Musk.
Yes.
How can we be represented by you if you don't have a voice in Congress?
I'm a registered Republican voter and retired active Army officer. How can you tell me that DOGE, with some college whiz kids from a computer terminal in Washington, D.C., without even getting out into the field, after about a week or maybe two, has determined that it's okay to cut veterans' benefits?
When are you going to wrest control as the Congress back from the executive and stop hurting your constituents?
Are you willing to use your subpoena power to say, Musk, come in here, stand in front of Congress, and answer some hard questions?
When will you stand up to them and say that is enough?
We could have gone on and on. That was just a sampling of what's happening. You know what? We should go on and on. Let me do some more. This is sound from Wisconsin.
President Trump has issued a lot of executive orders. I think by and large this is moving very quickly compared to other administrations, and I think across the board he's done some very good things. I think he's gotten rid of birthright citizenship.
Illegal as hell.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another wonderful day. What you just saw is the Republican voters destroying the Republican representatives. But I get it. I'm not finding any fault with anybody here. I get that the voters are not happy. This is not what they signed up for. I know that you didn't vote for this. I've seen enough of you say it. I've seen the people in my own coffee shop kind of coming around a little bit, kind of not happy. I get that the representatives are trying to keep their job because they're scared to death of the 47th, okay? They haven't got a spine. They've got nothing to work with. But it's easier to go against the people because that buys them at least another 2 years. At least they're not going to get hammered by number 47 this morning or this afternoon. And for any of you that might have caught, and if you haven't seen it, please look it up right now. The argument, the verbal back and forth and the insults thrown by Donald Trump at Zelensky from Ukraine during the White House, during a press conference, was disgusting. I don't think I've ever seen a display of lack of decorum, but I digress. I got a question for the Republicans, and I asked you yesterday, I asked you a question, and nobody got back to me. And the few that got back to me just gave me the, hey, you know, you're suffering from derangement syndrome. I'm not. I'm doing well for myself, and there's nobody hocking at my door, nobody screaming at me. Have you considered what you're going to do for the midterms? Are you going to go back and repeat history? Are you going to go back and do what they say, do the same thing over again, expecting a different result? You've been there twice now. You're about to go there 3 times. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Do you get it? You've been made a fool out of. You can quietly walk away. None of us over here on this side are going to ever point a finger at you and say, yeah, look at you. You know, if you vote for him for the 3rd time, yeah, we're going to be laughing. We're going to be laughing real loud. But if you decide to come over, like somebody I talked to this morning at coffee, somebody who said they really can't see a way through this ever again. Yeah. Here's a clip of a disgruntled voter. Let me let you look at this.
MAGA frustrations. Hello, everybody. David Schuster here. Republican regrets over Donald Trump are intensified. These purported Trump voters say the rising prices, tanking economy, and Elon Musk government mayhem are out of control. To underscore the anger and disillusionment, these folks are literally burning a Trump campaign flag. This TikTok clip, complete with the one-finger salutes to Trump, has racked up more than 3 million views. Recently, in a Missouri congressional district that Donald Trump won by more than 40 points, MAGA Republican House member Mark Alford got blasted by constituents over the Trump-Musk corruption.
Elon Musk and the president have agreed that if there is any potential conflict of interest, that there will be a And it's clear here today that some people don't believe that would happen.
It's your Trump.
You believe in the next election to elect someone that you believe.
We didn't elect anyone. Remember your oath. You don't represent us. You represent one man. You're a violation of your oath.
Do you realize that not one of our NATO allies believes in us or trusts us anymore? 27 different countries that we have been with since post-World War II, and none of them believe us because of one man. Do you realize that we stand alone in a war effort right now if push comes to shove and someone comes too close to our borders, or we're attacked internally with a terrorist attack? Do you realize we stand alone? We've insulted China. We've insulted Mexico. We've insulted Panama. We've insulted most of the EU and all of Canada. Who is going to come for us now? I mean, don't you realize that China is sitting back, sucking this up like gravy on a fresh piece of bread? They know where their ties are. They're going to go with these people. It's the same as business. You know, someone screws up in a product I sell, I'm all over their people. I'm on them like white on rice. Yeah, I'm going to try and take advantage of it. It's business. Politics is business to other countries. What you're missing here is the big picture. Trump is too narrowly focused on what he wants inside the country, turning us into a dictatorship so that he can take all the money. And he really honestly believes that we don't need the rest of the world. There's a reason that NATO exists. There's a reason that the Soviet bloc existed. There's a reason that BRICS exists today. It's because no one can go it alone out here. There are threats of all sorts of different things: armed forces, cyber attacks, terrorist attacks. Nobody goes it alone. Everybody needs an ally. And if you think you're the tough guy on the block and you want to be the island in the middle of the ocean, yeah, I got news for you. That's been done before. While he's doing this, have any of you noticed that your stocks have been slowly but surely sliding off the edge? On January 5th, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was north of 45,000 points. As we speak, it was up 43,000, so that's a 2,000 drop since January 5th. But with the fight with Zelensky in the open White House on live air, and the fact that he's killing all the different places in our government, the stock market tanked 300 points today to go again into the negative. House prices aren't coming down. The prices of your eggs aren't down. I know they aren't. The price of your gasoline isn't down. The price of your bread and everything else that you need to feed you, your family, your kids, and everybody isn't down. But he promised you that, and you still believe him. Well, I got a message for you. I don't hold grudges. Most of my people that I know, that I talk with, don't hold grudges. Yeah, there's going to be a few out there that are going to want to point the finger, and they're going to laugh at you when you ask for help. I'm open to you asking for help. The people I know are open for you to ask for help. You're never going to get anywhere alone against the MAGAs. Okay, if you think that your old guard OG Republican conservative group was in power and in strength, this wouldn't be going on right now. You'd be controlling him. He's controlling you. But the OG from the Republican Party and the Democrats seem to get along. They seem to have a common cause. Stop by and talk. Ask someone from the other side. Open up and admit to what you're thinking and see what they say. Write me. I'll listen to you. Put a comment down in below. I mean, if you're really on the verge, let's just sit down and talk. I'm not going to point my finger at you. I'm not going to say I told you so. I'm not going to tell you to go kick rocks or rub sand. I'm going to listen to you because you know what? I think you need to be listened to, because what you are in right now is a bill of goods that got sold to you. It's the greatest grift that ever happened to you. You got taken. But I digress. Stop over and see us. I want to remind everybody here, and I wanted to start doing it at the beginning of the shows, and I'll run a B-roll up front for it. But for now, I want everyone to understand that we at Unscripted Political Discourse support the 5051 projects and the 5051 protests completely 100%. Look them up. Talk to everybody. Today was a blackout day. It was supposed to be where people didn't spend a lot of money in a lot of the large conglomerate type stores and the chains and anything that was owned by an oligarch. But you've got a big one coming up on the 13th and 14th of March. Check out 5051 in your browser and see what you can find. To the rest of you, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. Please, again, just give me a like. It just helps build the algorithm. It helps get me out to more people. It helps me spread the word of what we're trying to do here. But with that, folks, I'm going to wish you a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful weekend and have a great night. Good night.